Hello and welcome back to the historic challenges for the final time here on Motogp 19. We're here for the final episode of the Great Rivalries and the final episode of the entire series. Obviously it's only 2 more days before Motogp 20 comes out and we finally got to the end of the challenges. So we just did it just in time. I wasn't sure if we were going to finish it probably like a month ago when we were doing the episodes. I wasn't sure if we'd finish it, but we have managed to do it. So here we are then in 2012. Lorenzo saves himself and wins San Marino. The 2012 Motogp World Championship is an all-Spanish affair between Jorge Lorenzo and Dani Pedrosa at Misano Adriatico? I don't actually know how it's pronounced. On the track dedicated to Marco Simoncelli, Valentino Rossi is back with a vengeance. At the start, Lorenzo from 2nd spot and Rossi from 6th immediately go for it. The Spanish rider tries to escape, but on the 3rd lap his front wheel locks up in the braking section and he can only hold onto the bike by riding with the elbow to the ground. After the scare, Lorenzo starts to push again. With his 44th career victory, he stakes a claim on his 2nd MotoGP title. Right, so we have to resist Valentino Rossi's attacks and win the race. We have to win by 4.4 seconds. So here we are then, into the last corner. I remember watching this race live, and it was just really nice. Oh, okay, massive wheelie there. It's really nice to see Valentino obviously back at the front again. Oh, the front end push there and I've gone off the track entirely. We're going to struggle to get 4.4 out here because we've gained nothing so far. In fact, he might be about to overtake me. So we brake for Rio. Wow, we've gone in hot again. Trying that again, and we've got to adjust to these 1000cc bikes. But it's only got traction controls, the only assist this bike has on apparently. Lock the front again. The bike is really not handling great. I thought the 2012 bikes were supposed to be a bit easier to ride, but here we go. I thought the 800s were the hardest, but here we've got no engine braking, we've got no anti-wheelie, we've got traction control though. It's always nice to have, but the bike is a bit of a handful. So we've got 1.2 seconds, we've gone off the track a little bit there, so we've still got to put another 3.2 into Valentino behind us. But yeah, like I said, I remember watching this race live and it was just so nice to see Rossi back near the front again on the Ducati. Obviously you could see at the end of 2012 they were a little bit better. I think he probably got used to the bike and sort of managed to find the maximum you could get out of it, because it was a few years until they were properly at the front again. 2.3 seconds. But sort of in like 2013, Dovi had the odd race where I think when it rained he was alright, because that bike was quite good in the rain, because I think every time it rained they got a podium on it pretty much. Except obviously Jerez 2011, that was Rossi's opportunity to get his first podium on the Ducati, but it didn't go so well. We've got 4.4 seconds now. We have got the gap over him into turn 15 then. We're running a bit wide again. I'm glad the gap was not too much because, well, I'm struggling to really make this bike go quickly around the track. Look at the front tyre, 114 degrees, and the rear tyre's freezing. Look towards the line. How far are we actually going to be in front of him once we've finished? So 5.8 seconds, so not a massive amount there, but we unlock Jorge Lorenzo, we unlock the Yamaha 2012, and we unlock another sticker. So I'll head back to the historical challenges menu and have a look at the second challenge of the episode. So then, actually speaking of Valentino being good on the Ducati in the wet, here we are, 2012 once again then, Valentino Ducati Predator. Valentino Rossi's 2-year stint with Ducati is short on satisfaction. One of the few exceptions to 2012 French GP in the wet. With the instinct of a ruthless predator, the Doctor rides a masterpiece. At the beginning, he remains cautious, in 3rd place with a fogged up visor. Then he's passed by Dovizioso and Crutchlow, but on lap 19 he's once again 3rd, although 9 seconds behind Lorenzo and 3.6 behind Sedona. However, he catches the Australian in just 5 laps. The result is a challenge with continuous overtakes and counter overtakes until the end, with Valentino prevailing in the chicane on the last lap. So then, pass Casey Stoner and hold 2nd place with more than 4.3 seconds advantage. So here we are then. I think Lorenzo's going to be way too far in front to catch, because usually on the, Lorenzo's already gone over the line, so sometimes on these you can have a go at trying to catch the guy that's further in front when you're just trying to get the 2nd position, but I think in this scenario we're going to struggle to, well, we're not going to be able to catch Lorenzo, not even past Stoner yet. Here we go around the outside though. We've got past Casey now. Oh, but you forget about the lack of engine braking. The bike really does not want to slow down, like off throttle. And this bike is definitely the worst for the assists. And yep, what is my AI doing? What is going on here? Okay. Well, I just restarted that to have another go, and you just saw what the AI did. Very strange stuff. It's happened about 3 or 4 times now, so I'm just going to have to carry on and sort of let it happen. That was weird. Look how much I'm having to push the front to get this bike to ride around the corners properly. So we're about to overtake Casey Stoner. It's been a much more difficult challenge than it should have been, just purely by the fact that the AI ran in the gravel, and we lost about 2 seconds to Stoner. We're now past him at a museum. How far is Lorenzo's 8.6 in front of us, so we won't be catching him anytime soon. We've got 1.1 to Stoner behind. I don't know if we'll be able to do this, and if we don't, it'll be just because the AI is broken. Lorenzo's going to win pretty comfortably here as we tip into the last corner turn, well, the penultimate turn. We'll track extend a little bit through the last corner. Lorenzo wins then out the last corner towards the line. I think we should have just got enough of a gap over Stoner, but the AI really didn't help us there. Yeah, so 8.1 seconds, obviously the AI do slow down after you've gone over the line. So we unlock Rossi 2012, we unlock the Ducati team, and we get a shocked face sticker. So we'll head back to the historical challenges menu and look at the next challenge. So moving on from 2012, then we move on to 2013. Marquez beats Spencer's record. For his MotoGP debut at the Circuit of the Americas in 2013, Marc Marquez writes a page in the history of motorcycling. The Spanish rider beats Freddie Spencer's historic record, the youngest winner of a Premier Class GP. Regardless of the fact the American GP is only his second in MotoGP, Marquez beats everyone in qualifying. Not satisfied with his first pole position among the big ones, Marc confirms himself in the race, even mounting a hard rear tyre. For 12 laps he remains behind his teammate Danny Pedrosa and then passes him and triumphs. He's only 20 years old and 63 days. So pass Danny Pedrosa and win the race by 6.2 seconds. So 2:14.5 then for Pedrosa. Now this is probably a decent track to have. Well, I'd say it'd be a decent track to have to build out a little bit of a gap because AI is slow, but actually you need a lot of engine braking here. Mainly through this next section. Danny Pedrosa going very slow. We're going to have to sit up to go around him. It might have allowed him to get back underneath there because we've gone quite wide, but no, we've got in front of him. Having to go a little bit slower through this section I would like, because usually I would probably be on the throttle a bit more. I didn't realise there was actually another bike behind me. I guess Lorenzo must be right there behind us. We've got 2 seconds already. We've got to get 6.1. They know what they're doing. Obviously this is probably the longest, I think, well, this is the longest track in the game, so of course it's going to be a fairly big gap to gain in 1 lap. And the AI are very, very slow at this circuit. I'm not sure what it is about this track, but every single game from MotoGP 13, so ever since Milestone got the license in 2012 and they made MotoGP 13, every single game the AI have been very, very slow at this circuit. So 4.4 seconds now, we should be able to do it fairly easily. I mean, they're slow in all these historic challenges because the difficulty is extremely low. Into turn 12. Back extending a tad. Into turn 13, we've gone in a bit hot actually. Into the left-hander, turn 15. The front wheel is really trying to come up here through the long right-hand corner. Running wide, running wide. Got 5.9 seconds. We actually still haven't got enough yet. Because I was saying that this is supposed to be an easy track to do it on. But we should have plenty in hand. We should be able to gain 2 tenths here, and then obviously have the AI lose even more time after you've gone over the line. Oh, turn 20 though. We actually did what the AI did on the auto drive section. Hopefully we haven't lost too much from that. Over the line with a little wheelie as well. Did we manage to win? Did we manage to get the gold medal? Yes, we did, but actually not by very much. So we unlocked Marquez and we unlocked 2 stickers. Another feather. They love giving you those, but 7.666 seconds there. So actually not as much as I thought we probably would be able to pull out at Austin, but obviously there was quite a few mistakes, especially in that last sector. We went really far off the track on the last corner. So we'll head back to the historical challenges menu and look at the final challenge of not only the episode, but the series as a whole. So here we are then for the final challenge of not only the episode, but the series as a whole. The final historic challenge left to do, number 16 of the Great Rivalries. 2013 once again as Marquez. Marquez, the rookies make it 5 at Brno. Before Marc Marquez, no rider had ever obtained more than 4 victories in their MotoGP debut season. In 2013, the Spanish rider equals Kenny Roberts' record. In August, he has 8 GPs remaining from Brno left to beat him. However, he has to deal with Jorge Lorenzo in great form, who starts a breakaway, 1 second and 4/10 after 2 laps. Mark is hot on his heels for 15 laps, taking Dani Pedrosa with him. Then Lorenzo is passed by Marquez and Pedrosa. On the final lap, Dani threatens, but Mark wins his 4th victory in a row, a new record for a rookie. So then we have to pass both riders and then pull out 8.9 seconds. Right, so we do actually get a few laps to do it. Who's behind us? It's interesting. Oh, it's Rossi, yeah, I can see. I suppose it's the only other 2013 riders in the game. You can hear the air horns. The AI really taking a weird line here. We're going to be blasting straight past Pedrosa, I assume. In the slipstream then, Lorenzo's got a bit of a lead. It's past Pedrosa. Sometimes the scenarios don't always match up with the challenges, because I think that happened in one of the other ones. They said that both of us passed Lorenzo and then Pedrosa tried to overtake Marquez at the end. But then I've still got to pass Pedrosa first and then Lorenzo. So I suppose it's like, yeah, it makes sense. Marquez probably did have to pass Pedrosa and then go through and pass Lorenzo. But it was describing the end of the race, but then this isn't the end. But anyway, we're into the lead now anyway. We've got 6/10 already. We've got to get 8.9 seconds. We've got 2 laps to do it. We've got a pretty long track once again. Through the long turn 14 then. Coming up towards the line. We'll see what the gap is then. 1:56.4 for me. It's actually not a bad lap on one of these, I'll be honest. 6 seconds already, so we've got to get 2.2, not 2.2, 2.9 more out on this lap. Obviously we got probably about 7 or 8 on him on that lap because we started a couple of seconds behind him. Oh, I think I might have broke too late though for turn 3. I've broke way too late. I'm down. I've crashed. Oh, no. Out the last corner, up towards the line then. Will we still be able to do it even with the crash? I think we might have done. We had about 7 seconds coming into the last couple of corners. Oh, no, not quite. Not quite enough there to get the gold, so we'll have to go for that one again. So we've unlocked the 2013 Repsol Honda. We've unlocked an emoji face. So we'll have to go once again. Try not to crash this time. We're about just under, a second out. A bit of an easy challenge if you can crash and still almost do it, but yeah, we'll have another go at it. Alright, so out the last corner this time, as you can probably see, 13.1 seconds. It should have plenty. We've not crashed this time. We did run in the grass again though, so do need to watch the brakes on this thing. But we unlocked the last sticker, and I think fittingly it's a feather. The last thing we ever unlock on this is a feather, and we've been getting them the whole way through the series, and I've been wondering why they're there. But the last thing we'll ever get is a feather. Fitting way to end it. So yeah, I don't really have anything else to add because of that, I think, really. That is it, obviously, for historic challenges. It is done. I've done all of the challenges now, so I actually have all the historic riders, so I get to enjoy them for one day. And then the new game comes out and I have to unlock them all over again. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed that one. I hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. I hope you're all staying safe, and I shall see you in the next one.